Hello, good day, everybody. David Breslauer here. It's Wednesday, November 28th. Welcome to today's Merlin One Chat with an Expert. As usual, before we get started, just a reminder of our guidelines. We're going to make this short and sweet. It should be less than 30 minutes. We are recording the session so that you can share it with your colleagues. We ask that you ask your questions in the chat window. We'll be monitoring that. Questions do not need to be related to today's topic. And of course, we always welcome suggestions for future topics as well. I'm really excited to show you what we've been working on. You're getting a sneak peek at version 6 of our Merlin X user interface. It is currently in QA, and we hope to release it around the first of the year. It includes a number of new things. First up is a new simple web UI for casual users and for mobile. We have improved user management and password functionality. We have improved searching in taxonomy for those that are using the taxonomy feature, and a lot of lesser enhancements like searching for versioned items and sharing of collection folders. But the big news, and this is what I really want to talk about today, is how we've integrated artificial intelligence into Merlin as an optional feature. And it really is the big news. We know you've probably heard a lot of noise about AI in digital asset management, but maybe very little about the actual benefits. We decided to target some real-world actions where AI, or more specifically deep learning, can truly make the machine do time-consuming tasks, and it frees you up for more creative decisions. And by the way, deep learning and AI are not synonymous. Deep learning should be considered a subset of machine learning, which should be considered a subset of AI. So here's a nice quote from Arthur C. Clarke. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And we think this quote is especially appropriate. And what I plan on showing you today is sufficiently advanced tech, so I guess that makes it Merlin magic. And so we're going to start out by looking at one of my demo servers. And right off the bat, you see a new login page, and it's part of version 6. So we are looking at the latest version of Merlin. We're going to go ahead and log in here. Facial recognition is the first of a series of some deep learning advances that we'll be bringing to Merlin. And we're really excited to bring you useful, new, never-before capabilities that will, no kidding, really improve your working lives. We know you've heard a lot about AI lately, and we intend on providing some useful tools and not just marketing speak. And this is our damn specific technology, not some general-purpose AI rented from Google. We've heard from a lot of our customers that this tool in particular is something you're looking for. And the use case might be something like this. Your organization has some fundraising activities, and you make hundreds or thousands of photos at these events that your donors attend, and you need to be able to quickly identify the people in all your photos, whether it's a single person speaking to a group or the group of people themselves. And you want to do this without spending hours and hours of your time doing it manually, one photo at a time, which is probably what you're doing now. Well, we have a way to help now. We're using techniques that first emerged in some university research papers within the last 18 months. This is really groundbreaking stuff, particularly in our damn field. So a bit of background for you. Face recognition is really a two-part problem. First, you have to look inside of a picture, and you have to decide if there are faces, which we have done here, and it's indicated by the new icon in my single view toolbar. That indicates that there are faces in the picture. Then, with each face, we generate a unique signature, and sometimes this is called a face print. And finally, you do lots of testing to decide if another face print matches this one. In Merlin, all you have to do is look at some of the photos and identify people in them, and we make it really easy. So for example, we've identified this is a face, Prince Harry, and we've identified this as a face, Meghan Markle. Presently, these faces have not been identified. So Merlin shows you the other faces in the other photos. So let's do that. We're going to look at this picture of Prince Harry. And look, it's searching for other faces that it believes to be Prince Harry. Okay, and we know that this is not Prince Harry, but we're going to go ahead and tag this as being Prince Harry, and we're going to save that. So by tagging this photo of Prince Harry, we have tagged all of the photos that it recognizes as being Prince Harry. And we can do the same thing with Meghan Markle. And I'm going to click Save. And so now she has been identified in the photo as well, okay? So Merlin X puts the person's name in a field for this as well, so that we make these instantly searchable, and we think you'll be really surprised at how well this works and how much work it can save you. So I want to stress that this tagging is totally visual and totally independent of any metadata that may be part of the image. It's likely that some of your photos start with zero metadata, and so you need to be able to tag at a pixel level, which is what we've done here. Now, I've got several hundred photos here from what may be one of the biggest events, the royal wedding. And so we're going to scroll through these just a little bit and take a look. And it happens that these photos actually have pretty good captions, but we can go through the set of photos and look at the tags that are already there. So let's take a look here. And look, we've identified Prince Harry and we've identified Meghan Markle. And as we go through other photos, we can identify the people in the photos. So let's keep going here and look at this. Previously, I tagged George Clooney, so now all of the photos it recognizes of George Clooney have been tagged. And here's his wife, Amal Clooney, and of course, Serena Williams. So again, I tagged some pictures of them earlier, of them walking in. Let's go through and look at a couple of more photos. Here we go, Meghan Markle with her hand partially obscuring her face. And again, Prince Harry waving, and so we've tagged them as well. So, and that's not all. When it's time to add new photos, Merlin can automatically tag them on input now that it's been trained. So meaning, this means that it can find faces, generate the face print, and it will see if someone is already identified in the system, in which case it will add the person's name to the metadata and it becomes instantly searchable. I have around a dozen new photos from the most recent royal wedding, and we're going to go ahead and upload them, and then we'll look at some more photos as we go through this. So we're going to upload them using our upload tool, and we're not going to add any metadata here. We're just going to navigate out, and I've got 12 or 14 photos here, and we're going to choose them. Again, we're not going to add any metadata, and we're going to go ahead and start the upload process. And in the background, it's going to look at the photos, examine them to see if there are faces in them, and if so, it's going to tag them if it recognizes them. This particular group of photos has zero metadata. So without facial recognition, they would not be searchable at all. These photos have no caption, no byline, no keywords, nothing. So let's go look at our results. So we're going to clear our search and look again. And you can see the photos that we've just added here. In fact, what we can do here is we can do a very narrow search and do a search for date input in the last 1 hour, just to get the most recent ones up here. And look, here are the 14 photos that we've added. And let's go take a look at them. So again, here's Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. And notice there's no caption in this photo. There's no other metadata in this photo, except we have added Meghan Markle's name and Prince Harry's name into the IPTC persons field. Okay, so this now becomes part of the image and will become part of the image when you download it. Let's go on here. And so again, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Let's look at some more photos. Even far away, we've identified Prince Harry. Now there's a threshold where we will no longer try to identify photos if they're too far away or if they're too out of focus. So here we go again. And look, oh, we don't know this version of Prince Harry because he's got a hat on. Let's see if we know this. Did recognize Prince William. So what we can do here is we found other pictures of Prince Harry wearing his hat. And so now if we identify this one, the system will get even smarter, and the next time we add pictures of Prince Harry with his hat, it will identify them. And here we go. Here's Prince Harry with his hat and Meghan Markle. Okay, and take a look at this. Here's a nice group shot. And so here's the Countess of Wessex. And even we've identified Queen Elizabeth, even with the hat obscuring her face. Here's Princess Anne, almost out of the frame, but we've identified her. Here's the Duke of Edinburgh. Okay, so we've identified all of these because other pictures were previously identified. Here's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle again. Prince William. Even in profile, oh, we got Prince William in profile, but not Prince Harry this time. And look, we've got lots of other profile pictures. Let's go ahead and tag him. So we're going to do that. And so now we've made the system even smarter. And so the next time we come across photos of Prince Harry, look, we've identified Elton John. This is one of the 14 photos I uploaded that had no metadata in them. But because it recognized Elton John, we tagged them as part of the upload. Oh, here's Amal Clooney and George Clooney again. Okay. Oh, Prince Harry, it didn't nail him this time, but we could identify him. And here it found other similar faces. This clearly is not Prince Harry, but these appear to be, oh, this is not either. So basically, every time we're tagging the system, it gets smarter and smarter. So I'm going to save those as well. So that's pretty darn cool. We added important, accurate metadata automatically by looking inside the visual data of the picture and identifying the people. Now, I need to stress again, this has nothing to do with the existing metadata. It's just the pixels in the picture that make up the face. Imagine the use case we discussed earlier. You've got lots of images from your fundraising event, and you only have to tag a few of them to get the benefits of facial recognition on the hundreds of photos you might upload from that event or future events. So you upload new pictures down the road and we'll still recognize them. And it goes without saying we're doing lots of clever things behind the scenes. If a face is too small or too fuzzy, we don't mark it as a face. Think of the time you can save by identifying your photos this way. How could you use this in your workflow? Okay, and as I mentioned, it's an option in Merlin 6.0, and so if you're interested in having our Merlin facial recognition software on your Merlin system, let me or one of my colleagues, Randy Simpson's on the call, or or Mario Castaneda, let any one of us know and we can talk to you about facial recognition. I know some of you said you're excited, and someone's asked a question if this is for photos only. And yes, it is for only photos right now, not for video. And we may look at that in the future, but photos is what we're doing right now. I hope we've lived up to our hype of showing you something really magical, and we hope that you'll stay tuned for more. So let me see if you have any other questions, and we'd be happy to answer them on this or any other topic you may have for us. All right. Well, if you think of some questions, please don't hesitate to drop a note to me or one of my colleagues and let us know. We'd be happy to answer them. We're really excited about this. And as I mentioned, this is just the first of different things we're going to be looking at for artificial intelligence in the new year. So keep tuned for that. We're going to have some exciting new developments to talk about very soon, and we'll be able to show you those as well. So thanks, everybody.
Dave,
have a good, yes.
I'm sorry,
Hello.
This is Dave Tenenbaum. I just wanted to break in. There was one, or I see now two questions. One was, this is photos only, no video. At the moment, that's correct. It is expandable to video with some additional work, and we'd have to figure out how to tell you at what time tag into the video a certain person appeared. So that work hasn't been done. At the moment, it's photos only, but the same technology is available for video. A second question that I see is that I assume the facial tag Prince Harry is now full text searchable, and that's correct. As David mentioned, the person's metadata field is updated, and that is covered by a full text search. So you bet, as soon as the system recognizes a face and puts the face's name in the field, you can certainly search it immediately thereafter. This is very quick stuff. It's all well sub-second per picture, so it happens on input. And as you saw, when David picked a face and then the display showed potential similar faces, that happened pretty much instantaneously. And just a couple things that went quickly, and David, you couldn't see this, but the first time that you tried to tag Prince Harry, there was somebody else in the top row that clearly wasn't Prince Harry. So the system goes, hey, these are the similar faces we found. We just want to be sure that you're happy with all of them as being the person you're trying to identify. And you can deselect the ones that aren't correct. And so it lets you have final say, basically, about everything. And one other thing that perhaps we could have spent some time on was it does a really good job of faces in shadow, faces, as you saw, with hats on it, like Queen Elizabeth. There even are some pictures where it identifies Meghan Markle behind her veil. We can't guarantee that'll happen every time, but we've actually been quite startled as we did the research on this and then tuned this implementation about how good a job it does. So I hope that helps. Let me scroll down and see if there are any other questions.
There is. Yep, Jill Golden is asking about tagging their 9 million photos in their system.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason not to. We have our utility that'll go back through your database and identify the faces, and then it does a heck of a lot of math to do what David called a face print. It actually comes up with 512 numbers for each face, and that's how we're able to do a reasonably good job of only showing you accurate faces. But yes, we could backfill a system. It'll take a little while to process your 9 million pictures, but from that point forward, you'll have facial recognition on everybody.
So, let's see if we have some more questions. Oh, have you tried this with, let's see, with football players that wear helmets? We haven't, but we can. We should do that. Does it search against already recognized entities of famous people? In our case, you would need to train it. So because we're not starting out with knowing people, although now this particular system is going to recognize people in the royal family because they've seen them. It's seen those faces, so it can do that. But we don't know. Ed McCain's asking about football players that wear helmets. We'll find some football players and load them up. Mm-hmm.
David, let me jump in on that. I did look at football players with helmets, and honestly, about the only thing you have access to are the eyes, and sometimes even the face guard can distort that. So at this point, I think that might be a stretch. The algorithm needs a little bit more than just eyeballs to do a good job. But we'll as David pointed out, the baseline research for this is less than 18 months old, and so this field is moving very, very quickly, and the people working on this for us are very in tune with what's happening. So we'll keep an eye on it. And in terms of already recognizing famous people, at the moment, since we're really just launching this, we don't have like a centralized registry of faces of famous people. It's possible that over time we might be able to aggregate that or develop it, and that way you wouldn't have to hand tag everybody from the first time. Again, this is early days, so let us know what would be great for you, and that'll give us our marching orders.
Indeed. Thanks, David. All right, I'll pause for a moment to see if any new questions pop into the window. All right, well, we'll call this a chat. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're excited to show this to you, and we're excited to show you what we'll be working on in 2019. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.